Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today we're going with some Halloween mix for the kids. I've 3 done, so I've another one to do. I have 4 grandsons and I want to do them one each. Just simple, easy, nice wee. The hardest part is the stamping probably, and that's not hard. But it's a wee closure at the top. I bought these in B&M, $1.50 for a whole packet of these. I wanted black, but I couldn't get black, so I had to settle for white or blue, and I thought the white was better. The papers, the gingham one is from Glorious Gingham. This one is from the Brights. It is lovely. But the next one I'm going to go with is yellow. That'll be for the youngest grandchild. So inside is sherbet straws. There's about 12 each of these wee straws of Kaylee, and I think the boys will love having their own wee compartment they can pop things in. It's good fun for them, and that's what they like to do. So I've been told by them. The stamp set is Tricks and Treats, and I'm using the wee haunted house, this one, this, and the wee bats. So there's plenty in there to use. This is my one and only Halloween set. I buy one set a year, and that does me for all my mix. So I'm quite happy to get on with this. I have made a card out of it. I'm sure you've seen it. So the boys will get one of these as well. So it's good fun. And you can put a wee joke inside, to tease them a bit, depending on the age of your grandchildren, of course. So we're stamping directly onto the paper and wrapping it around the box after we make. The box is just made out of plain black. I am not overly fussy about laying the stamping up at the back. I mean, I'm really not. As long as the front looks good, I'm happy. Now, at the first one I didn't use my stamping board, and you really need to go up and down a couple of times because you're going on to coloured paper. But I mean, it still gives that lovely spooky effect. If you haven't got one, don't worry about it. I went up and down a couple of times, and I did use VersaFine black ink because it's so strong and works out better. Like I used Memento there too, and you get a much better finish with this. So try that if you have it. So let's get on with it. To start, you're going to need a piece of black yard, and that needs to measure 5 1/4 wide by 7 1/2. No, 7 3/4 deep. I changed that and forgot to write it down, so I better change it. Keep myself right. And we're going to do a bit of scoring. For the paper to wrap around, you need a piece that's 5 inches by 5 1/2, and then you need when you cut that wee strip off of 1 inch, you cut the 1 inch side, cut yourself a 2 inch by 1 inch, and that'll do your wee top part. So we'll do our box first. We'll need to do a bit of scoring. And we want to start just on the short side, and we're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch, 2 1/4 inches, 3 inches, and 4 1/2 inches. And then just spin it round and do another one at 3/4 of an inch. And that's all the scoring. So we're just going to do our folds here. Give them a wee burnish. I love working with black card. I don't know if it's any good for you to see, but I love working with it. I love making stuff for Halloween. I think if I didn't make them now, the boys would be raging. So we've got this at the bottom, and we're going to do a bit of cutting. So on the first wee square here, you want to cut up that lumpy bit. And for this side, we can actually cut in there. So we've got a wee mark, and we'll do the same at the top. You can cut it in there too. The rest of them, you're just cutting up and then trim that wee small section in here. This wee one. So cut straight up and then chop that in. Same on the last one, straight up, and chop it in. And then we're just going to make our box up. So this is the part where you want to put your glue, and I'm just going with Tomboy glue. It's good and strong for holding it. So just fold that over and that will fit there perfectly. Now, bring your fold where you folded it in, face that towards you, and that will be your back. So you want to fold those two in, fold that one in, we're putting glue on this and then folding that down so that'll keep the front nice and clear. So a bit of glue on this one, just make sure you're nice and square. And that'll give you a nice wee finish there. I'm going to let that sit. I'm not squeezing it in yet at the top, and I'm going to let that glue dry so that nothing falls apart. And it's a good wee container. We can actually pop our sweeties in there if you can find them. What to do with them? Oh dear, hold on. Sitting right beside me. So there's 50 in this, so you get a right few out of it. You know, if you don't want to give them 12, don't bother, you know. So they just slide into the box perfectly. And we're just going to let that sit there now, and we're going to do our stamping. No, actually we don't need our box. We want to do our shaping first. So put your 5.5 inch, the length of batch. We're just going to go just leaving a wee bit there at the bottom of the box. So sort of set it central if you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, try and get it keely looking out. So you want to lift one side and we're just going to gently press it. Try and keep your box with one finger. Bring it round and you're just gently pressing it and you're not going crazy. Same with this side. Just try and line it up here and just press. And press here. And before it has time to relax, take your box out and start scoring it. Make sure you're lining up both sides, you know, so that it's nice and neat. You know where that gentle fold is, find it first and then press it down and give it a score if you're happy where it's meeting. Same with this side. Again, make sure they're nicely lined up. Run your finger along and then run your bone folder along. Again with your last one. And that gives you a nice base to work with. You'll see your lines and then we're going to do, we'll just fold this in half. This is your 2 inch by 1 inch piece. Just fold it in half long ways. Line it up and give it a wee squeeze. And that will be for your bit of stamping in a minute. So I'm bringing out my stamp board now. And I have this sitting in a certain place, so I don't want to have to move it. But we're going to, I know I'm over about 1 1/4 inches at the bottom there. I have a wee measure along here, so I'm hoping I get it right. Get these two things on. And then we're going to flip it over and see. Of course you can't see it in this light. It's great, isn't it? I think I can move you a wee fraction. If you were doing this for the first time, push it right into the edge. I stupidly didn't. I was just trial and error and I thought, oh, just go for it. I don't want to move that now because it's covered in ink. I cannot see that for the life of me. I'm going to line that up so that I know that's where my line is. And I'll do another one this side just so I know. I just can't see it. It's as simple as that. I want to see that the house is in this space here. Yeah, that's pretty okay, isn't it? Right, so now we're ready. Keep yourself a wee scrap if you are using one of these, and I'll show you why shortly. Right, this one I'm going to ink up with the VersaFine. I know I shouldn't, and it really darkens your stamps. And unless you've got a VersaFine cleaner, you ain't going to get it off again. But I don't mind the stamps being black. It doesn't annoy me. So we'll bring that over. We're going to set it there and give it a good squeeze. Oh, let's see this bloody thing. I'm going to hold it down. I don't want it moving. That wasn't a bad on the first take, so I'll just give it one more and see how it goes. I want it nice and black over the top of the colour. And if it moves, you're going to get a shadowy house, which is spooky as well, I suppose. There, I'm happy enough with that. So we're going to do a bit of stamping while we're here. Just we want to go in with the wee ghosts. Where are you? Here you are. So this wee man here, or wee woman, whichever, could be either. Make sure it gets a chance to soak up the ink. So I want one directly over the top of them there, over the top of the house. And then we'll want one around the side on this sort of score line here. Oh, didn't press that hard enough, but again, it's spooky looking, isn't it? It's just not getting long enough to soak, but I'm happy enough. It's coming out okay. So now we can move on to, put this down. I'm going to do the wee coffins, the wee graveyard things along the bottom here. So again, give it time to soak. Don't get it on your hands, because you will get it on your paper. Messy. Right, so start here. I'm lining the lower one down with the edge of the paper. So, and again, give them a good press. Take a bit of time to let that ink soak in. And this is where you need your wee sheet. If you slide it under there, because this is slightly longer than your piece of paper. Nice. So we're going to need you at the other side. So I just want a wee row along the bottom. You can play about yourself. If you have this stamp set or one from last year, just have a wee go at it. Make a wee scene, a wee haunted house scene. That's okay, I'm happy enough. Besides my finger being covered in ink again. Deadly, aren't they? Right, where are we now? I'm going to stamp our nice sentiment at the top here. And then we're going to go in with some bats. So again, just make sure that you've picked up enough ink. And any that you get on the edge, wipe it off now. So trick or treat. I'm going to have to stand up. I hope I don't noise, but I want to see where I'm putting this thing. Not too bad. Right, what did I say? The bats. So the bats are sort of a tiny wee thing, you know. And you're just filling space, really. So I'll have them flying about over the graves. Do one over here. These will overlap when you turn it around the back way, but unless you're going to turn your paper over and work it out, I just can't be bothered. I have too many things to make. So I'm just going for it. So I'm just changing the direction of the bat. So I'm just going to the whole way up the paper. And I'll just do the same at this side. The only other way around this is to actually stamp that onto white card, your house, cut it out, and then set it in. In fact, there is a die set that goes with it. I didn't get it, so I'm not even sure if the house is in it. Now, if you want to add a wee bat to the top there, get your wee piece of paper again. Ink that up and just use the wee bottom bat there. So it adds a wee bat to the edge, and look, ink. I'm going to try and put a bat on that without making more mess. So we'll ink that up. And we're just trying to get this bat. There, at least it covered the bad mark. So I suppose I'd better put one on the other side. A bit of a freak like that. Like it all balanced. That shall do. I'm going no further. So the only other thing you have to stamp is your wee bit of your folded over piece, and we're going to stamp it with the word egg. So again, let that soak in so you're getting a good image. And stamp it off. Now we can get rid of all this before I destroy anything else. I really should come with a warning, shouldn't I? So, where's that wee bit of paper? Stamping boards are a godsend at times, aren't they? Right, so let's go back to our lovely wee box. We want to close it up now. And this is our back. So bear in mind that there's a double strength cardboard there, or card. And sometimes it doesn't fold in as nice. That one actually did. It's very nice of it. Put that over the top in the center, holding both your wee things, and then add your clip, which I haven't opened. And just pat it at the top, and that will hold that nice and safe for you. So now I'm going to put a wee bit of glue, just double-sided tape there, just to hold that front bit. Actually, if you go in with one of the sides folded where you want it, just bounce it in between there, and then press that, and that should catch for you. Bring the rest around, and then we're going to stick it down here with one wee line of glue, or use a narrow tape or something, whatever you want. And then just make sure that you're lining them up, and it looks nice. Good. And there is one treat started for the boys. I'm not putting their names or anything on it for this one, maybe something at another time, but pretty. Oh, do you know what I forgot to show you is how to colour in the bottom part, which was easier when it's flat, but you can still do it. I want the green to come right up to level with this grave here. That was sort of my guide, and we're just colouring it right across, following the line. Just gives it that spooky feel. We want the same line of depth up to where you started it, so that is your guideline the whole way around. So just do this before you stick this on. Totally forgot. But if you're like me, it's easy enough done. Just use the bullet end of your, this is Old Olive pen that I'm using there, marker. My goodness, there's so much sweets on the market at the minute for Halloween. I can't believe it. the amount of variety they have. You'll be seeing it over the next couple of weeks because I bought quite a bit. And I think it is nicer. Rather than dumping it in a plate and handing it to them, it's nice giving them wee individual boxes. You don't have to give them as many treats then. And the youngsters love the boxes. And I love making them, so it's a win-win. So there we are, 4 nice spooky boxes for the boys. So hope you enjoyed that. Maybe you'll give it a wee go. And I think I got the treats in either Home Bargains or B&M. So one or other of those shops, and I got these in B&M. So I'll catch us all again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.